What's going on, beautiful people in chat? Welcome back to another episode of Talk About It. Today's guest, Q. Last week he came through clutch with a savior for the pod, and then where he was so unprepared because he wasn't supposed to be on, his phone died. So I decided we'll just get him back on here and we'll start from scratch. So if you're not familiar with Q, I got a little bit of a background, so I'll jump right into the intro here. If you aren't aware yet, this is a space where real conversations happen. They're unfiltered, uplifting, and unapologetically focused on growth. Twice a week, we dive into thought-provoking topics and sit down with some interesting people doing even more interesting things, all with one interest in mind: to be better than we were yesterday. So whether you're on the grind, you're in your zone, or just need a little motivation to keep pushing, this is the podcast for you. Subscribe, hit the follow button, and keep getting this content. So today's guest, somebody I had the privilege to meet in Pikeville. Very close friend of mine for quite some time. There's not a point in time if you saw me, you didn't see Q. And it was a very productive push and pull type of relationship, which a lot of the times what you need as a man. Q graduated from U-Pike, jumped straight into work. Now he's currently a correctional officer in Pikeville, and with all the trials and tribulations Q's been through, God is good. There's not much I can say. Fostering kids, now he's expecting, so congratulations on that. But Q's faith continues to bring him closer to the life that we should all strive for. Without further ado, Q, how you doing, brother?
Doing well, doing blessed.
I got I've been in the bushes. I've been lurking through windows and whatnot. Nah, I was out there doing yard work and now my voice is all raspy.
I gotta cut grass tomorrow. It's gonna suck, but it's worth it.
It's raining all week down here.
Oh, it's gonna be raining. I don't care. I'm cutting that grass regardless. It look like I'm on meth or something, but that grass is getting cut.
But I yesterday we had a little cookout, so I was like, let me take a little bit of Dayquil. And do you ever I don't measure Dayquil, I just drink it. You feel me? Like I pull it out the bottle, and now after I took a swig, I realized it was way too much, but I couldn't spit it back in the bottle, so I just faced it, and I was fine. Got me through the day.
When I cut off my toe, I used some of that extreme strength like NyQuil during the day. Worst decision of my life. I took one of those the plastic shot glasses you could buy, filled up like 3 of them because I'm like, bro, I'm about to go to sleep. Like my foot's hurting, I can't do this. Filled up another 3 with Sprite and just backed them. Went to sleep, woke up and realized that I was not in my right mind. Like I was like, you ever see that video? It was like some 2 shots of vodka.
Yeah.
That's how I was stumbling around my house, and it wasn't because of my toe missing.
No, that's crazy. But freshman year of at U-Pike, I was hanging out with this dude, and we were in his car, and I found a bottle of Robitussin in his back seat, and he was like, I was like, I'll drink all this for $1, and he was like, that's a fresh bottle, and I was like, okay, and I did it, and he gave me $1, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going back to the room. Immediately passed out. I woke up in the middle of the night like, bro, I'm smooth. I just need some water. And I sat up and I was like, I'm good. Went back to sleep. I was sauced off the Robitussin.
Yeah. I completely understand. I told Savannah I did that. And she was like, so why'd you drink them? Because she had just bought it for me. And when she came back, I already needed another bottle. I could have really messed myself up. I drank over half a bottle of that in one sitting. I didn't know what I was thinking. I was just hurt. My foot was hurting. I'm like, I'd rather sleep than be in pain. Terrible decision. Because when I tried to get up, there was no getting up. Like my body, like every time I got up, I fell back down.
Have you seen that video of the dude's at the door? He's like, my uncle got MS and he can't get off the couch. You seen that video?
Mm-mm.
So like he's at the door, he's locked out, right? And you can see his uncle through the door. And every time dudes stand up, he just fall back on the couch. And this went on, it was like a 5-minute video. I watched the whole thing. Dude, like, keeps getting up and falling. He's like, use the couch, bro. Use the couch. Then he falls on the floor, and he, like, crawls over to the door and unlocks it. He goes, all right, watch out so I can help you up. Oh man. Also, when I was a baby, I drank a whole bunch of Robitussin, and my mom called the health department and was like, "What did I do?" I was like lethargic. I couldn't keep my head up. Thought I was gonna die.
Anybody else would have thought they was having a good time nowadays.
Yeah, no, I was probably like 3 years old, just gone off some Robitussin.
Absolutely lost. Trap.
Absolutely, Trapaholics mixtape. Oh, bro, hold on. Where's it at? I know I got it.
Tony B with J Money serving everybody.
Oh, here it is.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Did you hear that?
No, I can't.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You can't hear that at all?
Nope.
Chad heard it. That's all that matters. It was a damn son, where'd you find this?
Real trap shit.
All right, so where you want to jump in? Do you remember the conversation we were having last time? Where you want to jump in at?
It don't matter, honestly, man.
All right, well, since we talked about it today, let's jump right into this Morgan Wallen album.
Listen. Hey. You put me on.
So as of right now, it is. I heard him talk about it on the radio. Top 100. This is actually wild. So he dropped that album the 16th. It's the 27th, so it's been out 11 days. The top 10 of country music right now. Number 1, Shabuzi. Bar song.
Shabuzi's still number 1.
Yeah. Number 2, I'm the Problem, Morgan Wallen. Number 3, Just in Case, Morgan Wallen. Number 4, I Had Some Help, Post Malone and Morgan Wallen.
I had some help. Ain't like I could make this kind of mess all by myself. Don't act like you ain't got me for
this is just the top 100, but number 5, Superman, Morgan Wallen.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 is Nokia by Drake. Number 7 is Ordinary by Alex Warren. Number 8.
Hold on, wait a minute. I thought you were saying like top 100 country songs.
No.
This is top 100 in general?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I told you. I tell everybody he's the Drake of country music, bruh.
Number 7, Ordinary by Alex Warren. Number 8, Blue Strips by Jesse Murph. Number 9, I Ain't Coming Back by Morgan Wallen and Post Malone. And 10, Love Somebody by Morgan Wallen.
I wish I could love somebody. Wanted it out in my heart. Yeah. That's actually a really, really good song.
Dang. Release date March 29th. Riley Green's Worst Way is at number 9 right now. And it dropped the 29th of March. It's been in the top 100 for a whole month.
You know what's crazy, bro? No one knows me by my government name. And when I get hired to a job, when they got to write me up or something, they'll be like, hey, I need to talk to you. I'm like, about what? Then they'll be like, I just need to talk to you. I'm like, about what? Like, what's going on? They're like, what's your full name? I'm like, why are you asking? I know why you need that. It's either something dealing with money or something. I know how it goes.
All right, so which songs did you get to listen to?
Let's pull up the album right here. These was all like first listen tos. I just shuffled it just so that way I can get a good listen to them. Actually, I can go here and do it like this, and I'll still pull it up. I'll tell you the ones that's absolute bangers. That I had that I had to keep on there regardless. TN was good. Revelation and Genesis was good. The Dealer, mwah, absolute banger of a
It's a banger.
song. Absolute banger of a song. Jack and Jill was good as well. Don't bro, listen. LA Night and Don't We? Solid songs. Solid songs. Miami was funny. I was trying to listen to it, but he sounded too funny on there. I don't know what they did with his voice. Crazy Eyes, another absolute banger. Love that. Working Man song, another good one. If You Were Mine, another good one. Yeah. Those are the ones that I got too. And I was like, yeah, these are good. Some that I really didn't like, I was like, it's all right. Like Whiskey in Reverse is pretty decent.
I don't know. I feel like the depth of that song is fire though. Like he's talking about like if he could go back and like if things wasn't how they was, that he could do it all in reverse, like unpunch the drywall and.
Okay, yeah. These were just like first plays. Like I wasn't really like in the depth of the song. It's like, dang, this is catchy.
No, for sure.
But one that really like my favorite one so far right now is it goes. Let me see. Where That Girl Go and The Dealer.
Where'd that girl go? That's bro, so toxic.
I don't know why. That's why I love it. I was like, oh yeah, he's talking that stuff right there.
Got the same
if you listen to
vibes.
a lot of music, a lot of guys either be like, forget women, or they be like, you broke my heart. He's like, man, what you want? Where that one go that was all about that was all hate me.
Oh, you hate where you at? Who are you? Yeah, no. See, like
I talking all that crazy stuff. Now look where you at now.
Yeah.
I just swore I ruined your life, but look where you at now.
Right. And then so like I was talking to one of my buddies and he was like, it's all right. The album's all right. And I was like, all right. Man doesn't miss. But also I think perspective plays in the fact that like we don't relate to them. Like we're happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where we're at in life now, we can't relate to them as much. So the songwriting could be good and it could be catchy, but we're not gonna feel it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same premise of why I don't listen to Juice WRLD anymore. I just don't feel that anymore.
These girls aren't. I feel childish listening to Juice WRLD.
I don't know. Sometimes you just need to bang Lucid Dreams and scream it real loud in the car.
We're in the shower.
With the meat out's crazy.
I still see shadows in my room.
But yeah, absolutely. no. It's a great album. Morgan don't miss, bro.
Yeah, it's a really good. From what I've heard, it's a lot of songs that I could just listen to casually and be like, yeah, that's a really good song. Like I didn't skip anything. Surprisingly, normally I skip a lot of songs.
Well, so like I listened to that for like a steady like 3 days, and then there was another. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Devil in a Prayer or something. It's a new album came out, and I tried to listen to that, and I was like, this ain't Morgan. So I just listened to I'm the Problem on repeat, and that's how I know all the songs.
But even his like Love Somebody and I'm the Problem, like those are, you see what they're doing right now. Like they're doing really, really well.
Like the pre-release singles.
But still, bro, like he really like is the Drake of country music.
No,
bro.
literally.
Like, you get a lot of people that like country music that don't like Morgan Wallen. So when you get a lot of people that like rap, but they'll be like Pusha T is better than Drake, and you're like, you're smoking crack. Maybe it's not what you prefer, but for you to say that Pusha T is better than Drake, and they'll say like a country artist is better than Morgan Wallen. I'm like, yeah, I feel what you're saying, but like this is Morgan Wallen we're talking about. Like this is the next big thing for country music. You can't hate on him. When
so you can't say songwriting because a lot of songs he buys the rights from other people. But the way he delivers the song is the key, bro.
How many ghostwriters does Drake have, and how does he deliver those songs?
Exactly.
Like he literally made I want to meet your madre, pay my respects to your padre, mi amor. Absolute gas.
And then he did a whole reggae album.
Gas. Like, bro, he has produced because you can speak to both of them in the same regards. They both have produced a lot of music that people outside the natural genre of listening will still tap in.
It's
Like, if I
almost
show a
like to an
couple of my
extent,
buddies
bro.
Morgan Wallen songs, they'll have them on their playlist.
Like you have people that make music and it's good music and they have real good fans. But there's only a couple people you can say they transcended music and their genre. Like in all honesty, if you're talking about that list, who you saying? Drake,
Michael Jackson,
Taylor,
transcended.
Taylor Swift.
Transcended.
As
They
much
ain't Michael Jackson level yet because haters can't. There's no way you can hate on Michael Jackson. The only way you can hate on Michael Jackson is by bringing up the kid allegations.
yeah,
Allegations. Other than that, you're not gonna be like, yeah, Michael Jackson's music is trash. Like, even though there was people during that time where they're like, Prince is better than Michael Jackson, yada yada yada. Who got the Michael Jackson experience, the Wii game? I wanna rock with you, yeah. You feel me?
yeah.
But I
Like
didn't see no Prince games. He was
Drake,
on Just Dance with the rest of everybody.
Drake,
You feel
Morgan
me?
Wallen, Ray
Those are
Charles.
those people that transcended. Like they're above it.
Yeah, there's not I mean, as much as I hate to say it, but Taylor Swift is in the conversation.
She's most definitely. There's no way you can't. I could sing a few of her songs right now, and you'll be like, I know damn near all the words.
Yeah.
Even though you're not a fan.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's something that they played on the radio over and over and it just got stuck. Like lately, I've been happy. Like that song. This is just gas that she's dropped.
That's not one song. You know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand with every guitar string scar on my hand? Man, absolute gas. Absolute.
Never.
Absolute. Man, absolute. Absolute.
But no,
Like,
just it's bigger than music, bro.
Like there's not one like you can go anywhere in the world and hear a Morgan Wallen song.
Yeah.
So we go anywhere in the world and hear a Drake song or a Taylor Swift song. Like that's above that. Like that's a pop star, bro.
You know, okay, here's an example of somebody who wants to be that person and they're not. Are you ready?
Be careful we say what you want, man.
The Weeknd. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know.
No. You're saying he's Drake level? No,
Mars
he's
is.
not. I'll give
Mars
you
is.
that. I'll give you that.
Bruno Mars is.
I'll
Bruno
give you
Mars
that.
is like the Weeknd is an off-brand Bruno Mars.
Yes.
Like he could be that, but it's just something's missing.
But like
He's missing something.
he makes good music. I'll give him that. Like he got some bangers. Like that. Hills Have
Not on
Eyes.
that level yet.
But the Hills Have Eyes.
I will get your name for ya. He ain't. I can't think of no Weeknd songs that ain't perverted. You feel me?
But also too, on the same stamp, it was like he tried to go through he tried to break into fandom outside of music by getting into acting and stuff. But it was like, bro, you're not that guy.
Yeah, that's like you got to work your way there to where you're requested to be in movies.
Right.
You don't just.
And then like Drake was into Grassy first, right? And then he gets into music. Then he makes his whole he make good music, right? Everybody mess with his music. You can say what you want, but I know you know at least four Drake songs off the top of your head.
Not even 4. You could know almost. You know enough songs to have a playlist on your phone that you can listen to all day.
Yeah, but
And if you don't, I put money somebody next to you is a fan. That's how it is. Like there's Drake fans everywhere. Even after all that's happened, there's still a big fan base. So that was if what happened to him happened to anybody else. Think about the allegations with Morgan Wallen. Everybody forgot about that. Forgot he dropped that word on camera. Guess what?
Yeah.
Don't care that he did. Absolute bangers.
Yeah.
Like they're beating the allegations because the music's just too good to care about what's going on.
Right.
Unless it's something absolutely crazy, then we'll step away. But
like, did he?
If that was to happen to Pusha T, game over. Who's a country star? I don't know that much country, so I can't even put my input in on it.
Well, there's been people in the past that's like really big in country and then they take a hit. So like
Bailey Zimmerman.
No, he's still up and coming. He's still young.
Okay.
This is like established. Who is it? Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton is a country star.
Blake Shelton. Is it Blake Shelton? Or is it Hold on. It's gonna bother me. Not Blake Shelton.
I just wanna love somebody. Man, that is crazy. That's what I mean by like, bro.
Luke Bryan.
They're producing stuff that
Luke Bryan.
anybody.
So Luke Bryan made good country music, right? You listen to Luke Bryan, you're like, hey, he's kind of nice. But he went on, like he interviewed with somebody in a newspaper, and they took the answer out of context because he's like, bro country is what they call it. So like, it's not like I'm a bad guy. Like he's not like a Willie Nelson, like Johnny Cash type, where he's like, I was doing illegal stuff. It's more like
methamphetamine.
let me make some music people can dance to. Country girl, shake it for me, girl.
Girl, shake it for me, girl.
Right.
Shake
So,
it for me.
so he got hit with those allegations of like, oh, he's dissing on the people that made country what it is, and that wasn't the case. It was taken out of context. Granted, he's still doing fine, but it's not like he didn't transcend music because of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he booked out. He had he made a deal with Vegas, and he stayed in a hotel for like 2 months or 2-3 months, and like had a concert every night.
But he's not. But you're not going to walk up to somebody and ask them, do they know his? But it's not even that they'll know his song, but they won't know his name.
Right.
There's people that will know their name and their song. So if I tell you name a Drake song, or if I sing a Drake song, you'll be like, oh, that's Drake, or oh, that's by Drake.
Even if you're like, I don't like Drake.
Exactly. You're like, turn that off. He's terrible. How you know who it is?
Right. But also too, I think there's a like a very big difference in the genre of music and how you judge it. Like based off of like, if you go to a rap fan and you're like, now granted, if it's an old head and they're like, I'll listen to NWA and Ghetto Boys, their take on what's new is not going to be the same as somebody who listens to new rap. Yeah, but if you go to somebody who likes the new wave of hip hop and you like say like, what is your take on this? Or like you say a rap line and they're like, oh yeah, that's a bar. Like they have some respect for it. In country, bro, if you're like a traditional country fan, like
I already
like
know.
you listen to like Conway Twitty, Hank Williams Sr., like they are not vibing with the new stuff
at all.
It's
like
not the same, though.
Yeah, but when I talk to them, I'm like, hey, bro, I rock with country music. They're like, who you listen to? I'm like, oh, I love Morgan Wallen. And they're like, Morgan Wallen ain't country. I'm like, I listen to Randy Travis too. They're like, now that's some country music. I'm like, God, it's not even. That's like saying 90s rap and rap now is the same. They're nowhere near the same. I'm not about to tell somebody I like a hip hop, a hippity hop, and then go play some. I feel like I'm Gucci Mane and do that in 6. Those are nowhere near the same.
Yeah, right.
You cannot even compare those.
No.
Those are not the same. But so him over here like, I just want to love somebody is nowhere near. If I had 2 dozen roses, they're not. Although they're both bangers, they're not the same type of vibe at all.
No, for sure. But I feel like there's more respect for somebody who's like making good music now in rap than there is people making good music now in country.
Hey, sidebar, Savannah still has this, bro.
Mine broke.
Mine broke when I was swimming.
What was the? There was some. I can't remember what the context was. I was about to say.
I just want to love.
But yeah, no, it's just different. And like, yeah, okay, it's pop country. So what? If you didn't, okay, look, people can be mad that a genre evolves into something different, but at the same time, because at the end of the day, music's art, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, if music didn't evolve into something different, then music would be one thing right now.
Yeah.
If music never evolved, it would be one thing.
But you see that even starting, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been rocking with this whole entire country and rap blend. Oh my gosh, that's gas, bro. That's gas. Mixing country and rap so hard.
That is tough. But like even, what you seen on that I'm the Problem album, bro? He had 808s in the background of some of the songs.
You not hearing
and that's
that
fire.
No. You're not hearing
but
that.
also, I've seen some edits where people put 808s and Conway Twitty stuff, and I'm like, that's fire.
but they will never do that because they feel like it's not them. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But we're not going to. Only thing that I don't like is people who are very subjective with music, that they only focus on what they like. So a rap person to say country's trash, and a person that listens to country say rap's trash, instead of seeing it for what it is. Like, you know what's trash? I'm cold as a lion with no hair. If you ever see me fighting the force with a grizzly bear, help the bear. That's garbage. It can be catchy, but that's garbage. You're lying. That's a lie. Feel me?
No, for sure. But I'm just like, I try to do like make a list of all-time greats in country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I put Morgan Wallen on that list and leave off somebody's gonna be upset about it. You're
They
telling
can
me
get upset.
country numbers, bro. If we're talking about like hits in country music, there's only a couple people you could say that's like, okay, they're that, right? You got Morgan Wallen, you got Garth Brooks, you got Johnny Cash. I mean, like, there's big names, but they ain't doing numbers like those three people. And those three are interchangeable. I'm saying, like, one is better than the other one, but I'm just saying they have hits, bro. And also, you're not telling me the only person that is equivalent at his time, you were to compare that person to somebody currently and what they were doing, it would be Elvis Presley to Morgan Wallen.
Ooh.
At that time, Elvis Presley was selling out shows before he was even a thing, bro. Now, Morgan Wallen selling out concerts and he's selling out festivals. This man, everybody knows his stuff, bro. And you can say, Morgan Wallen's trash. But if you're sitting there and that whiskey glasses come on, bro, you can't tell me you ain't tapping your. You could be, but you're tapping your foot, bro.
Songs you
literally.
And you're gonna say whiskey glasses?
I'ma need some, bro. That's a catchy song.
I understand, but bro, he's dropped absolute. Like, that's disrespectful to say that one out of all of them.
I'm just saying in general, bro. Like, you can say all you want.
Glasses.
Like, that's a country type vibe that people feel, bro. If you listen to country music and you listen to Conway Twitty, tell me that ain't equivalent vibe as if I had 2 dozen roses. Come on, bro.
You know what's really good song that I will sleep on and I start listening to it again on his old album? Single Than She Was. That's actually a really good song. She let me buy her a drink. She even took a sip of mine. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, hold up, wait a minute.
No, he got some fire, bro.
A little more single than she was.
All right, let me ask you this question. All right, because I asked Eric and his answer was what I expected. So I told Mateo one day we out on a date, and I'm like, if you could pick 3 people, any genres, to collab on an album.
Oh God.
For your life, like it's your life story in an album. And you can have whoever feature, but there's 3 core artists. Who would those 3 artists be?
3 core artists that has to rap my life?
No, it doesn't have to rap. It could be country or whatever. But 3 core artists collab. It could be anybody, dead or alive, but 3 artists to make an album for your life. Who would those 3 artists be? And then you could also add in like people who would do like a feature on the album.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you, that's nearly impossible for me to just think of on the spot. That's absolutely insane for me to try to just say on the spot. First person I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of somebody just being able to rap my story and actually lyrically put it together, that I actually like would love to do that. J. Cole. He knows what it's like with somebody being in poverty and getting out and being hated on for getting out.
Yeah.
So if I wanted anybody to spit that, boom, needs him. But also, Young G Herbo, I need that. I was
Lil Herb?
Like what?
I ain't Lil Herbie no more.
When my broski, it was me and him, just him and me. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it's so many artists that come to my mind that I couldn't even imagine. Especially because I listen to too much music.
But also think about how hard this is.
My people I'll be able to pick, but I couldn't tell you.
So I very much
like yours would be Queen.
No. Come on, bro. Come on. So like, I was thinking more like mindset right now, like where I'm at right now in my life, and my three main is Morgan Wallen, Kojo, Cody Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
and Riley Green. Riley Green. But here's the reasoning. Riley Green and Kojo are gonna tell a story. They could tell, bro. Their songs are so good. You heard "Jesus Loves You" by Kojo?
I think so.
Talking about a dude breaking into his house, and he's like, "The only reason you're gonna laugh is because my gun was in my car." Like, preaching, right? And then Riley Green got them. "Jesus Loves You," another banger, right? Telling a story about this man he sees on the side of the road and talks to him. Okay, but then you got Riley, and he's gonna be a banger. If he's on a song, it's gonna be a banger. But when I get into collabs, that's when it get wild, bro.
Who would be your main artist then? Who would be your number one on almost every single song?
Morgan.
Okay.
Because listen. I'm setting that up with like this, okay? Morgan's my main, and Kojo and Riley. That means them three is in a room and they writing songs, right? Okay, gonna be fire. Then it's like, okay, let's get into some features, right? Riley Green Morgan Wallen Jelly Roll. Okay, and then you go Morgan Wallen, Riley Green. Let's say Miranda Lambert. Okay, and then you go Morgan Wallen, Mexican OT.
That'd be gay.
Bro, then you go Morgan Wallen, Riley Green, Montana 300.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
It did. You go Kojo, Morgan Wallen, Jerbo.
Okay.
So the core of what my life is now is country, right? That's what I feel the most right now. But like when they're telling my story, this is like the early influences, early 2000s country. That's what I used to listen to. But then it's like, hold up, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So you get this is Dead or Alive. So you get some Morgan Wallen, some Cody Johnson, some Riley Green, some I'm drawing a blank. Some Johnny Cash.
Okay, that's good.
You get some my three main with like Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, those would be some crazy
bro,
samples.
Crazy, bro.
Those samples would be absolutely insane.
Crazy, bro.
Love and happy now.
But yeah, no, just like an album you wouldn't even think would hit, but then you're like, no, this is tough. Because it's not like it can't be done. You know what I mean?
I mean, those guys you dead, but.
Well, that's what I said. Well, yes, but I'm saying like, if you look at like Billy Zimmerman, Big X the Plug, like that worked, bro.
Worked very well too.
And then like Jelly Roll been doing the country rap like mashes up. So like, and like M will have to have a track. Jelly Roll, M, Morgan Wallen, fire. Honestly, bro, just imagine Kojo, right? Why are you so blurry?
Why you worried about me?
Did you touch this camera? But no, all right, so look, you know Kojo's voice is very like country, thick, traditional country sound. Like, yeah. Imagine Kojo on a song coming in real soft, and then Aretha's voice come in, bro. Cause that well, hold on, I'm about to just give you a little sample. This song was so fire.
That'd be nasty.
You're
Not at all. I got stream pulled up though.
Stars are gonna light up a midnight sky.
brother.
Okay, I hear it.
So he come out like that, and then Aretha come in. Bro, that would be so fire.
Ooh, so good.
Right.
Oh man, I start crying.
No,
boy.
literally. Bruh, but tell me that album wouldn't be fire. And we
Man,
talking,
yeah.
so like, if you take it a step further, not saying that was a stipulation, but like, if you take it a step further and one of the artists got to be this type of album you make, right? Like, in terms of length, I got Morgan on there. That's 36 songs to tell my story.
Yeah, that's gas.
And he got that little, kind of like what he was talking about with the, with that, where'd that girl go? He got that edge to him. Like, what are you talking about? Tell me that was not me, bro. That was not the movement I was on at one point in time.
Yeah,
I thought you
most
hated
definitely
me,
was.
bro. What happened?
It most definitely was.
But you know, so you don't have a three main. I know you said Herb.
Nah, I'll probably take Herb out the cycle because Herb because his Humble Beast album really resonated with me at one point in time. My main artist would be J. Cole for sure. I know for a fact.
No, that's a good one. But bro, imagine Morgan Wallen on a song with J. Cole, bro.
That'd be absolutely insane, especially because their storytelling's on point.
How you feel? You listen to that San Antone by J. Cole?
Hmm? Yes.
Bro, that was so hot. Bro, that was heat.
Oh, we got Job in the chat.
You're sideways.
You're sideways.
Like he said, I wouldn't have lost a battle, bro. I wouldn't have lost a battle. I would have lost a bro.
I lost a bro. I would have gained a foe. Crazy word.
But the hardest one, just because you refuse to shoot the gun don't mean the gun ain't deadly.
Bro. Sleep. Don't even know what's going on.
Bro, when I heard that, I said, run it back. Run it back.
I really got a thick neck, boy.
It's almost 2 feet. Is that the bow tie I gave you?
You think I'm still fitting that? Come on now. There we go. Professional.
All right, we're going to play another game, okay? Why
I
do you
bet.
have a bow tie on?
Because I'm professional.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up.
He's about to take his hoodie off and have a cutoff shirt on. You look like
Shut up.
You like EDP. Man's about to change it. Dude look like EDP.
All right, I'm ready.
Bro, you look like EDP. So serious. EDP
Philadelphia.
445. Do you see me laughing?
Do it look like I'm laughing? I ain't laughing.
Oh, man.
I'm locked in.
All right, we're going to play another game. Are you ready?
Mhm.
So I got a list of hardest rap lines of all time. I'm going to give you a rap line, and you got to tell me 1 to 5. 5 being the hardest thing you've ever heard, 1 being crap. Okay? 1 to 5.
Oh, I'm gonna be completely honest, non-biased.
Okay. All right. Ready?
No Biggie, no Biggie. Do not do no Biggie lines, cause he's no. I don't want to hear him. Looks so good. Yeah, okay, buddy. And look where your brother's at now, in jail.
I don't know why this is on here, but it is. At number 48 of the hardest rap lines alive, or hardest rap lines ever. Ayo, I break bread, ribs, $100 bills.
0. Like, okay, your point is that's not a bar. Like, there was no play into that. What was leading up to it? I break bread, ribs, and paper.
Very much isn't to add here. If you thought Jay-Z could never top his Beyonce-centric line, got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain, you were wrong. Ayo, I break bread, ribs, $100 bills.
Okay, I do too.
All right.
It's not something.
At number 47, Never Forget Where You Came From, Someone Will Remind You by DMX.
Now that, depending on the situation and context you in, don't forget where you came from for somebody to remind you. Well, you ain't too good to be what?
So for context, well, give me a number and then I'll give you the context.
Well, see that I know who it's by now. I didn't expect it to be a bar because they just talk crazy to each other. That's like Jeezy. Can I do an honorable mention before we continue after I give you my rating?
Sure.
I'll give it a 2. I give it a 1. Because it's like, I get what you getting at. It is a bar, but it's not something that's going to blow my socks off.
That's fair. So the context is, it's the third verse of It's On, and it's a list of warnings that begin with never, and that was one of them.
Okay. Well,
right.
I feel like the hardest bar of that era was when Jeezy said, I hang with real killers that'll cut your throat, and they don't drink Pepsi. They just sell Coke.
That was hard. What about that one song that Lil Wayne's on with Young Money? A dude said, I exchange V cards with the you-know-whats.
But that's what I'm saying. How would he get away with it? Like, we're dropping cases on people, right? He said that, and they were like, oh, man, I exchange V cards with the...
But it's not illegal. It's frowned upon. Yeah, it's frowned upon, but it's not illegal.
It's okay. That don't mean you do it.
I mean, I didn't say that I agree with his lifestyle, but it's not illegal.
I hear you. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's legal.
Okay, I feel like if we went through all 50, they would have been trash. So I went to the top 10.
Thank God.
I'm gonna tell you what the bar is. And then you give me a number, and I'll tell you who said it.
Okay.
Okay. That way, it doesn't it doesn't cloud your judgment. All right. Couldn't afford a car, so I named my daughter Alexis.
0. I despise that.
You just know who said it.
Who said that?
You know who said it.
Couldn't what?
When it all falls down.
I don't even know.
Couldn't afford a car, so I called my daughter Alexis, or I named my daughter Alexis. Alexis.
I mean, I get the bar. It's not a bar. I exchange V cards. I would take that over that.
All right, that was Kanye, and All Falls Down.
Yeah,
when it all falls down. You tell me that's not a banger? I don't agree with Kanye's life choices, but that song was hard.
Listen, there is some songs that's hard. Graduation album. Find your dreams come
and
true.
I wonder what it means.
What it means. Absolute bangers. Or everything that I had is love.
Facts. Okay, remind me that point. Remind me to Job put talk about Kanye in the chat, because I want to get back to this topic because it was solid. But I kind of talked to Nick about it, but I want to get your input on it. All right, number 9. I just read this underneath Kanye's thing. It says Kanye West isn't the best rapper alive, but he's a heck of a lyricist. All right. Also, I don't know where this article was written, but the next sentence is, especially when it comes to being vulnerable and capturing the human condition. All right. Look at this guy.
You know what's crazy? I can't see him on my actual camera, but I see him at the stream pulled up, and I see him in the cut. I was like, hold up, wait a minute.
All right. Joe, put that in the chat so I don't forget. Kanye. Just put Kanye in the chat. What is he pointing at?
He said light bulb hit up. Said I got one of these. Man, let's be real.
Really, if you look at it, it's like full moon head ass, time around. Full moon head ass, other way around.
No, the back is crazy, bro. I don't know if they do like head filler, but you need to get some Botox to fill out the back of your head.
You'll see.
Do you think if you lost weight in your head, that your head wouldn't be as wrinkly? Turn around, bro. Hit a 180. Why is it so dented?
No, I got a scar in one of them. I got a scar from when I busted my head open as a kid. And then the rest is just pure genetics. My kids are screwed. Better hope they don't go bald.
Okay. Are you ready for number 9?
Mm-hmm.
I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What? That's
number,
not the.
I'm number
lying.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You're lying.
Who made
That's a
this
0.
list? Who made this list?
You know who said something better? I'm not the 3, not the 2. I'm the UNO. Me and Drizzy did like the Super Bowl. That's how you do that. That was garbage that you just told me. Not the 3, not the 2. I'm the UNO. Me and Drizzy did like the Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea who KRS-One is.
I don't even know why he's up here.
Okay.
I swear, if I see a Pusha T in the top 10, you have a wrong list. That should not be up there.
All right. Number 8. If heaven had a height, you would be that tall.
What?
Hey. If heaven had a height, you'd be that tall. Think about it. That's actually kind of hard.
That's the equivalent of who that boy. Yeah, you that boy.
No. If you really think about that, he's talking about a female, bro. That's some player stuff right there, bro. If heaven had a, bro, if you listen, okay, let me set the scene for you, right? You chop it up with Shorty, you chop it up with Sav, right? Before y'all start dating, and you like, bro, if you had a height, or if heaven had a height, you'd be that tall. She'd be blushing, would she not? That's some player stuff.
It's retarded. And then homie over there making a song about you, talking about I exchange V cards with the.
All right, well,
talk about you.
Common said that.
Man, that's terrible.
All right, what about his palms are sweaty, his knees are weak, his arms are heavy.
Arms are heavy, his vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous. That's a bar. That's how you do that. He's just being descriptive. If you're going to be descriptive, don't use an analogy like if you was this tall, you'd be the height of heavens. Your palms are sweaty, your knees weak, your arms are heavy. He's talking about himself.
Listen,
who starts off a hit song with dissing himself?
I'm
nervous, but on purpose.
Give me a number. Give me a number so I can go on. Give me a number so I can go on to the next one because this one's so hard.
I'll give that a 3.
Okay.
That's like average bar.
I am biased, but I think this bar is so hard.
About to be absolutely.
I'm so ahead of my time. My parents haven't met yet.
Ooh. Now I give that a 4. That ain't blow your socks off, but that's like, okay, yeah, you're above average saying something like that. I'm so ahead of my time, my parents ain't even met yet? Oh, my God.
Bruh, I'm telling you right now, I think I tried to put you on, but you didn't listen to him. But go listen to Big L. Bro, like, that's New York rap before, like, Jay-Z and them came through. Like, he was on songs with Pac, bro. In that so that's from a 7-minute freestyle. Listen, he had a 7-minute freestyle, and he said that, and in the same song, he said, "Ask Beavis, I get nothing but head."
Ask Beavis, I get nothing but head? Like Beavis and Butthead?
Bro,
Butthead? Oh my
fire,
God.
bro.
That's bars, bro. That should be in the top 10. Not I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Who cares what you think you are?
All right,
You're
ready?
not.
All right, would you give me a number for that?
Yes, 4 out of 5.
Okay. Number 5. F the police coming straight from the underground.
Yep, got a bag some brown. I give that a 3. That's an average bar. It falls along the lines of knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on us. It flows, and it means something because
All right.
he wasn't talking to himself. He's talking about a whole group of black people. Give it a 3 though, because
All
that
right,
ain't
3.
something that I'm like, hey yo, Swiss cheesy.
All right. This one I'm also biased for. He's got some really good albums. I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death.
Lil Wayne, absolute bars. I know what comes after that. I never sleep because it's the face of death and rip his mask off.
Oh, no.
I know what he.
Not the same person.
Oh, well then what is this malarkey? What's the context to it?
Well, it's Nas.
Never mind. It's Nas, lyrical genius. He inspired my favorite rapper, so can't even be mad at him.
All right, what do you give the bar?
Give him a 3.
Okay,
Because
number
that
3.
bar inspired a lot of other bars I heard. You see, I just thought it was quoting Lil Wayne.
Yeah. All right, here you
More
go.
than-
Number 3.
Huh?
We got 3 more.
These are about to be garbage. I know they are.
Real G's moving silence like lasagna.
I give that a 5. Because to this day, we're still saying that.
It's so hard. Bruh.
Real G, salads like lasagna.
Bruh, what did I see, bro? You know that dude with the curly hair? Stop dabbing your sweat with money, bro.
What do you mean? No, man, kick you like karate.
What was the bar I seen?
Tony B with Q money, sir.
Okay. You know the content creator on TikTok with the curly hair, and he'd be
Tony?
Like, he'd be maybe.
Tony Stoyavici?
He'd be doing
Is he
like,
Albanian?
huh?
Is he Albanian?
Maybe.
Might be Tony Stoyavici.
Okay. Well, I seen a video, a dude, and he was like, Thanos listening to Eminem, and he was like, snap back to reality.
Yes, that was Tony.
Yeah.
Hey, to reality.
Y'all don't get it because y'all ain't never.
Yeah, that's Tony. That was Tony.
All right, number 2. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant shit to me. Do you see?
Why is that in the top 10, bro?
That's number
Like,
2.
I could name a bar right now that beats that. Promise you. That's a 0.
I mean, the context kind of
And we
makes
are
sense.
gathered here today. I can name
Hating
a
to
bar.
listen to what Montana gotta say. All right, no, but that was Chuck D. And the context makes sense because, like, at the time, it was like cool to be like revolutionary. Like, you gotta say things to like bash the people in front of you. It makes sense, but I don't think it's like that.
That's not a bar of all time. If you're saying
All right.
bar of all time,
Hey,
count
listen,
this generation.
I don't like dude. I don't agree with his life choices, but this last one's definitely a bar.
It's definitely number 1.
I wouldn't say
Lil
number.
Uzi said-
I wouldn't say it's
Lil
number
Uzi
1.
said I'm 5'5", sitting on my money. I'm 6'6".
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's number 1, but it's a good bar.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
No. We're not gonna just allow that to be number 1. That's
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. That's hilarious.
terrible.
I don't know who made this list, but they're trolling.
Gotta be. No J. Cole's, no Drake's, nobody. No, what that was a 45-year-old white man that's like, I know music. I've been listening to rap since I was a kid. You don't. And I'm sorry. And I hope it ain't a white woman, because then it's even worse. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know a couple white women that got Kevin Gates in their top 5. Don't know why. It's a million people you could put in your top 5. The greatest of all time when it comes to artists. If you put Kevin Hunt, fries. I really would. If you say Kevin Gates is in your top 5, you're absolutely smoking crack.
I looked up another one by Westwood or Westward. Number 50, most deaf mathematics.
You can do that.
Crack mothers, crack babies, and AIDS parents. Young bloods can't spell, but they could rock you in PlayStation.
You should have told me to grab my thing.
Terrible. Who's that?
Should I?
No, that's fine.
You didn't even look.
Hell yeah.
I don't know who we're going to.
You hear me?
Uh-huh.
Or lock in.
I'm locked in.
Dude said, crack mothers, crack babies, and AIDS parents. Young bloods couldn't spell, but they could rock you in PlayStation.
No, that's.
Oh.
I don't know
Joe,
why.
appreciate you, brother.
What are we defining as a bar then? Because I'm not understanding what they're trying to get at.
I don't know who that was.
Hey, hold on. Number 49. Talking to my shadow, he advised me not to worry. Said I could plant a tree and let it rise out of my fury.
Okay, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the top 10 of this list.
Y'all know y'all my like, bro. What are y'all doing, man? Y'all never bother me, and now when I'm trying to do something, everybody just all in the camera.
You can't express best. You have me in the camera.
Well, everybody, this is my family. This is my wife, my sister, and my brother.
Hey, brother from
Could have made
another
it funny.
mother.
No, the pill bottle's crazy. All right, hey. So the top 10 in this list. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it?
That's tough. That's tough. That's Kendrick Lamar and the Poetic Justice. If a flower bloomed in a dark room, yes, that's Kendrick
Number
Lamar.
9, not even reading it. It's not a bar. We were beginners in the hood as 5%ers, but something must have got in us because all of us turned into sinners.
Say that one more time.
We were beginners in a hood as 5%ers, but something must have got into us because all of us turned to sinners.
I don't know.
Of
I'm not
course,
sure about.
number 7, is palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
Good God.
But also, that's the whole verse, bro. That whole verse was such a bar that it was the whole verse.
The whole verse popped up?
Yeah.
For who?
For that, lose yourself. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
I bet it did. That was a bar. I got some pulled up that I want you to rate.
All right, hold on. Number 6, if skills sold, truth be told, I'd probably be a lyrically Tabib Queed. Truly, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 milli. I ain't been rhyming like common sense. Hold on.
I ain't been
Hold
rhyming like what?
I ain't been rhyming like common sense. That was kind of hard. Bro, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to some Jay-Z old stuff because that was kind of nice. All right, number 5. We used to fuss when the landlord discussed us, or when the landlord dissed us. No heat. Wonder why Christmas missed us. Birthdays was the worst days. Now we ship said pig because we thirsty.
Terrible. Terrible.
All right, what about this one? And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama.
No.
You don't like that one? I finally understand for a woman, it ain't easy trying to raise a man.
Ellen said, we're cute. So,
What's up?
I'm going to show you where it was. Look, ask where Q is again. Say, where Q?
I'm gonna
Where's Q?
tape you down with that duct tape.
Yeah. Say, bye, love you.
Keep bobbing his head going like this. Where's Q? I need to quit doing it. I don't want to.
All right, listen, I got one for you that when I read it, I went like this. All right, ready?
It better be tough.
I start to think, and then I sink into this paper like I was some ink. When I'm writing, I'm trapped in between the lines. I escape when I finish the rhyme. The first bit was hard.
Yeah, you should have stopped at the first bit. Oh.
All right. And then Nas, this one has Nas, the I Never Sleep Because Sleep is the Cousin of Death is number 1.
I never sleep. Sleep is the cousin of death. And you heard Lil Wayne say sleep is the cousin of death, so I rip his mask off.
All right, what do I need to rate?
You ready?
Yeah.
Don't be hating either, bro.
Same scale?
No, we're doing out of 10.
Alyssa
Because
said,
there's certain things that should be close.
Alyssa
Like,
said,
too much stuff too close.
Alyssa
And
said,
you
bro,
it
listen,
out.
Alyssa said you look like a preacher, man.
I ain't a preacher, man, but I be preaching, man. That's
Okay.
equivalent of I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Like you see how you said okay.
No, but it's not. It's not the same. At the time, bro, I remember when he said that, people felt that. Early 2000s, that boy was like, he said that. I ain't a business. I'm a business. You feel me?
They weren't though. Who really was? They went into recession in 2008. They really wasn't doing nothing for a period of time.
Okay. Give me what are we doing? What are you giving me that I have to rank?
I'm trying to find it. I just had it. I'll just start dropping.
Hey,
some of
Alyssa, is
myself.
audio good? You can hear me. You can hear Q. We good?
I'll drop it myself. I'll drop you some bars myself, and I want you to rank them out of 10.
Q
I just drank a fifth of his vodka. Dare me to drink.
Q looks like he's going to a funeral. Then I better just start roasting you in chat, bro.
All right, bro. Now look, when I start roasting everybody back, y'all gonna be mad at me.
Eric said that. Okay, give me the list that I'm about to rank, bro.
Give you the list.
You said you have a list of things that I need to rank,
I'm waiting for it to load.
but you ain't gave me no more context. What is the list?
It's like top 10 one-liners and it's top 200 one-liners in rap.
And you give me all 200? Give me the top 10.
On 200?
No, give me top 10.
All right, I'm gonna give you one for Most Def. Never mind. You already did that one. Bro. All right, well that ain't gonna work. You ready? I'm gonna give you a Nas bar that I know off the top of my head.
Okay.
You tell me you ready 1 out of 10.
Okay.
Clips being inserted, a baby's being born, same time a man is murdered, the beginning and end.
I mean, yes,
As far as rap goes, it's only natural. I explain my plateau and also what defines my name.
I actually have that on vinyl.
Out of 10.
I'd have to
I'm
put.
gonna start listing off bars I know off the top
I'd
of my
say
head.
probably like a 7.
Okay, that's valid. Now I'm about to rap a song. This is a legit song. I'm not gonna rap it. I'm just gonna say the lyrics, and I don't want you to don't smile or nothing. I just want a true reaction of if it's a bar or not. What? No, I got it. Chick, I'm a cow. Chick, I'm a cow. I'm not a cat. I don't say meow. Chick, I'm a cow. Chick, I'm a cow. I'm not a cat. I don't say meow. I say moo. Out of 10.
That's a 0.
That was a negative.
That song went viral and actually blew up.
What is
It did
the
really
one?
good.
What is the one that Jake just showed me, bro? What the hell? What the hell? Have you heard that?
What?
Hold on. It was on Sirius Radio, apparently. Like Sirius X Radio. I just sent it to Jake. I saw it on the Instagram.
Job said, I'm so quick with it, I'm quick with it.
Nah, listen, no, what was that, bro? What the hell? What the heliante? You heard that?
That's actually garbage.
What the Holly Berry? What the Halle Berry?
LeBron James?
Nah, that, bro, when I heard that, I was like, what? And he kept saying it. What the hell? What the hell, auntie? This man talking about John Party in chat.
Talking about John Party.
Yeah, that's
John
what Eric's
Party.
talking about. He missed the whole conversation about Morgan Wallen and country music. All right, let's talk about this, Big Back.
What? We're not gonna just throw out names and just go.
No, listen. I want to hear. I want to hear what your last meal would be.
My last meal?
Yeah.
What I had the night before? I'll let you know. I'll let you know if you tell me what I had the night before. No problem.
Why does it matter what you had the night before?
Because it depends on what I'm going to eat the next day. I'm not that fat to where I'll just eat whatever.
No, bro, this man Eric said barbecue chicken and lemonade. Diabolical.
That's sick. Yeah, you can have anything in the world and you choose barbecue chicken and lemonade.
Anyways.
Well, my thing will be no better. Look, start me off with a nice little breakfast meal. I need two pieces of honey wheat, some cheesy scrambled eggs, some grits. Make sure they got sugar in them.
From Waffle House.
Good. Get this from Waffle House.
Yeah, from Waffle House.
They do the sausage waffle hash egg thing. Needs that.
Well, bro, honestly, I was getting All-Star Special and making a sandwich.
All-Star Special making no. I want them to come pre-made. I don't want to do no work because we're about to do a lot of eating. Right? So start me off with that. You see how my things moving because I'm talking about food?
Yeah.
It's part of it. So first off, I need that breakfast. Then I need freshly squeezed orange juice in circles. Won't eat them if they're in squares.
Wait,
circles is just
what cut in circles?
Watermelon, of course.
Okay.
Q will want. Shut up. Anyways, anyways, let's run it back.
Press behind you, gunning you. Hold on. We got 10 seconds. 10 seconds we gotta add. So let's just hold off and we can finish when we come back so people ain't missing it. Man's gunning you from standing behind you, bro. That's diabolical. Dude is posted up in the back of the stream, flaming you right now.
I think I can't see.
But he's like, he look like when somebody come to your house for the first time and they don't want to sit on your couch. That's what it look like.
There's no other way to sit in my house unless he grabs a chair and brings it in here. You will. You'll be sitting right there.
Exactly. And I don't want to just turn and look at the corner like I'm in trouble.
Well, look, bro, y'all need to chill out on me, bro. Dang, let me talk, bro. Anyways, start me off.
Hold on. We gotta add right now. I don't want people to miss this.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I need that cheese. Bro.
I'm about to roll an ad myself, so it ain't when people. All right, we're back. So you didn't miss anything.
Okay,
All right.
breakfast.
You got.
I didn't forget.
Okay. All right. All right.
Breakfast is out the way. Now for lunch, I want me a chopped Italian. Go get the bread from Jimmy John's, but get the ingredients from Subway. Not the lettuce though. Lettuce come from Jimmy John's as well. So I need all the meats. Don't forget the red vinegar or the oil. Matter of fact, go find some expensive oil. It should be $16. I forgot what it's called, but I got it in my cabinet right now. Need a chopped Italian. Hold me off. 6 inches. Pause. That's all I need. Pause. So then after that small little snack, then we get into lunch. When you eat something nice. Starting off with a 6-ounce steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus. Make sure the mashed potatoes is garlic butter. Mwah. Needs that. All right. So after we get done with that, then we get into dinner. Dinner's gonna be heavy. I need a fat heavy plate. Grab 4 EpiPens. Right. I need a Cajun broil, straight from the crawfish dude. Seeing I'm on death row anyways, that's the only way I'm gonna be able to get it. And I need the Mexicans to make sure I get through that crawfish broil because I'm gonna eat it, and I bet it's gonna be fire. That's just the first dinner. Second dinner, I need to go get some. I don't know who got the best barbecue in Texas, but we're gonna go get some Texas barbecue just because I want to experience that. Go get an authentic Mexican from across the border, like not one that's been here, one that's been over there in Mexico and thriving. I need one of them. Bring them over and have them make me everything that they can make. It'll be just get them the same ingredients because everything is the same ingredients, and then you just make however many meals come to mind. Ship him back. Sure you do. After that, then I got to go to my traditional spots. I most definitely need Indies. Hot wedges, 3 rolls. Normally I do 2, but I'm treating myself. I'm about to die here soon.
What about the Bev?
Great. What do you mean? What is the Bev? You know what the Bev is.
I'm more of a pink lemonade guy myself, but I respect it.
2. And don't let me leave that table till I finish that gap. And then for dessert, we're going to go healthy. I'm going to do some apple and caramel. And then a pint of ice cream.
Okay, first off, I said...
mint chocolate chip ice cream. That's what
But let me just say, this has been the best chat. This has been the best pod to have chat involved in. Because I said, what's your last meal? And you gave me 2 lunches, 2 dinners, and a snack. And then you said a healthy dessert, caramel and apples with a pint of ice cream.
That's healthy.
And then, bruh, Eric said, you need to go and corral.
He said I need a golden corral.
I pity the toilet after. It doesn't matter. He's not using the toilet. He's going to the...
Went out with a bang.
No, I feel bad for the guy that's going to have to clean you up after they kill you and you poop yourself.
I don't want to get electrocuted. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hang me. And if I survive, then you can't hang me again. That's a sign. So I'm going to stock up on food. So you better get a durable rope. Because if I drop down, game is game, son.
Nah, bro. That's insane. Also, I like how I was like, all right, Big Bag, let's get into this conversation. You got offended and then you immediately jumped in with breakfast, a snack, 2 lunches, 2 dinners. You talk about traveling to get Texas barbecue and authentic Mexican from Mexico.
They eat healthy anyways. That's why I said that. Because if I got what they gave me Taco Bell, it's a bunch of preservatives in that. Give me that Mexican that's going to come across with them chickens. I know they got them. They stay with them. Have you been to an authentic Mexican person's house? Did they not have a chicken coop in the back? You think they just was raising chickens? No, they was eating them. I don't know how it goes. I need that. You see, I ain't say chicken. I don't fit the stereotype.
What's the best meal we've had together?
Popeye's front of the car with a Glock 40.
In the Starbucks?
Yep.
That was a good time. That's the best meal we've had together?
Nah, bro, that chicken you made one time, bro. You was drunk when you made it, too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, don't know what you put in. Black mama. Mwah. Oh, my God, it was gas.
That's the Johnson house seasoning. I put it on everything.
You put your Johnson seasoning on everything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
Both that.
I put slap your mama on it, like literally spaghetti.
And Johnson seasoning. That don't even
No,
sound right.
slap your mama is Johnson's house seasoning. Like if you come to my house, you're eating something that has slap your mama on it. I put it on chicken. I put it on steak. I put it in spaghetti. I put it on pizza rolls. I put it on fries.
Makes sense.
Nah, bruh. All right, you got
Crazy
something?
world.
You got a question?
Now, there's so many people in my house.
You said what?
She let her a drink.
She was
took
so sick, man. All right,
absolute best.
you got something you to talk about?
Hold on, wait, give me a second. In your opinion, if you could make like one tragedy that we've been through in the world non-existent, which one would it be? But the rest of them has to happen twice.
I feel like that's a trick question.
It is.
Yeah, there's no right answer.
Care about the most.
Yeah, you said what race? I'm gonna for the sake of my career, I'm going to not answer that question.
You know what mine would be?
What?
I don't even know. It's a trick question.
But this man said, "What race do you care about the most?" That's crazy. That's a setup.
Yeah, it most definitely is. Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on immigration?
What kind of question is that?
It's a political question.
But why that question?
Why not?
Morgan sings about 20 cigs. Q sings about 20 plates of Golden Corral.
See, that's what I mean, bro. Like, you know, you keep on talking about what I eat and what's on my plate. Worry about what's on your plate. You smoke 20 cigs. Your teeth go bad and your mouth is bad. And you ugly. I'm not gonna argue with an ugly. Like, what are you talking about? Whoa. If you read your chat right now, that's an insane, crazy statement. That man said, I know which one mine would be.
Oh, yeah. But he's also late. He's late to the conversation. All right. Let's transition to more serious
Okay,
topic. Cool. Let's talk about your hardest challenge in life.
Hardest challenge in life?
Yeah.
Commitment.
In what sense? Let's dive into that.
Just that in general. Commitment is something that you just have to do. I always have to have a reason to do something, and it always has to be for my benefit. That's how that was. That's how that worked with me. I always had to. If there was no stake for me in the game, then I was like, cool, it is what it is. I don't care. But I've learned that there's stuff that I care about that may not benefit me, but is a part of me, you know? Like, I wanted something, but I didn't want to do what it took to get it. So, like, I always wanted to be married, but I most definitely wasn't doing what it took to get married until I was like, okay, let me lock in and actually settle down. Or even with God, like, I was like, yeah, I'm sinning, but like, eventually I'll stop. And no, I have to commit to it and make it a habit of, that is hilarious, and make it a habit to do.
No, for sure. And this is the sense of like everything.
Yeah, almost everything. Like, I wanted to do football, and then when it got hard, I quit. Everywhere I work, when it gets hard, I quit. And now I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't want to live that anymore. And I realize that my problem is just commitment in general. Like, I want to have friends, but I don't do what it takes to maintain that. It's just, I want to have it, but I won't do what it takes to keep it. So now I've been working on that. And just being, in order to commit, you got to be consistent. So now I've been working on my consistency. And it sucks sometimes, but that's life. It's the biggest thing that I've.
In what sense, though? Like you saying, like working on it, or like.
In what sense am I like working on it?
Yeah, like how? How are you working on it? Like, to preface it this way, like somebody's watching and going through the same thing you're going through.
Yes. So if I was to talk to somebody, because this is the best way I can explain. If I was telling somebody like, oh, you're struggling with commitment, the biggest thing that you can do is just try to be more consistent with what you're talking about. So like, not consistent with what you're talking about, but consistent in the action that you want to commit to. So me wanting to pray more, I'm trying to find more avenues to pray and the opportunities to pray. Half the time I don't pray when I eat, but I'm trying to get in the habit of praying before I eat. When Savannah wasn't here, I was about to take a bite of my noodles, and I thought about it, but let me pray over it. Even though I feel like this was the most stupid thing to pray over. It's like, just thank God the fact that I can eat, you know. I woke up this morning, I was about to get going. I'm like, let me take a moment, let me stop, let me pray, because I need to start praying more, you know. Or like when I first met Savannah, I used to be a flirt with everything walking. And then after listening to Savannah and her being like, you know, you shouldn't do that. Chill out. After her being like, you shouldn't do that, I'm like, dang, you're right. And I used to take it as, oh, this woman don't know who I am. It's just me as a person. No, she's expressed to me how she feels. So I stopped doing that. And then over time, I realized the wrong that was in it because I've seen other people do it, you know? So just whenever there is anything that you're trying to work towards, and I've seen you do it. You're very, very consistent with streaming. You've been streaming for a hot minute. And you stay consistent, you stay dedicated as if it was the first day. Most people don't have that. I didn't have that, but I realized like if I'm going to try to really be better at something, ain't that your motto? Be better. If I'm really going to try to be better at something that I'm trying to do, I need to be consistent at it at least. Even if I suck, like even if my prayers aren't the best prayers ever, I need every day. Even if I like now, I'm trying to be more conscious of what I eat. I could be pigging out like I normally do, but I'm like, let me wait a few hours before. Like this morning, I was like, let me wait a few hours before I eat. And then I'll go eat. Like let my stomach have time to recover. Like as long as you're doing something and you're chipping away at it, you'll always make progress. But the second you quit or the second you say I'm not going to do it, then there will be no progress made.
No, absolutely. I mean that's the core though. Like honestly, like in that sense of having that mindset of like trying to improve, having the basis of like let me be consistent. Like this like example, like you said, when it came to COD, like I was really bad at a certain aspect, and I focused on that aspect.
At one point,
yeah. So like, it's knowing what you're not good at and what you need to work on. So like for me right now, I'm the furthest thing from perfect, and I know that, and I know I'll never be perfect. But it's goals and things that I'm striving to be better at, and if I know that there's things I need to be better at and I'm not taking the initiative to be better at them, then I'm failing not only myself but people around me. So, like for me, a lot of my stuff is like tying up energy into people that aren't going to be there when I'm on my deathbed, whether that be tomorrow or 60 years from now. And that's not fair to the two people that I made, the one person that I made a vow to in front of God, in front of people we loved, in the sense of like, no matter what, like I got you, and Matea. So like, let me get back to that. Let me stop focusing on people that only want something out of me, and I'm over here stressing myself out trying to take care of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does my wife need? You're not my wife. Doesn't mean I don't. It doesn't mean I love you less. It just means I gotta focus on what's right for me. Because ultimately, everybody has, they have a demand, right? Like everybody has a gift. But at the same time, like the best quote I heard is, apple trees don't eat apples.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, you have a gift. It's not for you.
It's for the people around.
Right. So like, If your gift is to give advice, that's the reason you can't take your own advice, because your gift is not for you to consume.
Mm-hmm.
So if your gift is to provide, you can't. I guess in a sense you can provide in in like situations like I can make this, and this better. Like I can provide that sense of stability in this situation, but like I can't I can't make myself fulfilled. That comes through doing something for somebody else.
A good analogy you could use for that situation is a foundation can't be a foundation for itself.
Exactly. But
Like,
like
you're going to be a provider,
yeah,
although you are like you're the foundation for other people, but you're at seeing that you're taking that pressure of that. Like it comes, it's like the consequences come with what you want. And there are perks to your gifts, but there's stuff that comes with your gifts that can be tiresome.
yeah,
Like someone who's devoted can sometimes feel burnt out when they're not getting shown love or cared about.
yeah, no, for sure. And I think too, like I think that the time frame we're in, there's a lot of benefits to it in the sense of like business or technology or like getting word out. Like there's a lot of benefits to it, but also there's a lot of negatives that come with that. So like especially when it comes to like men content for men, like teaching men how to be men or like teaching core values that men should have. A lot of it gets lost in translation, or like these young kids are getting a hold of it and just running with the thought without even processing it for themselves. And that's why the motto is what it is. You make the whatever, be better than yesterday is whatever it means to you.
Mm-hmm.
So like that motto is very like open to interpretation, opposed to women should be in the kitchen doing this, this, and this. Because you say that to a 10-year-old, that's what they're gonna run with that.
Or run with somebody that's mentally 10 years old.
Right. And then when you add that aspect into somebody who is like developed and like has a sense of understanding to take information and like digest it and take the positives or negatives out of it, right? So like, well, what's the circumstances? Like, is that what she wants to do? Is that going to benefit her and her family? Like, there's so many layers to, like, to say every person should live this way doesn't work. That's not realistic.
It's not how the world works. It's not how we're wired either.
Now, granted, I don't think there's the adverse to that of, well, you live your life this way, then you're wrong. And that's not fair either. Like, if somebody was going to talk, oh, well, talking to Mateo crazy, like, oh, well, your husband has to pay everything, yeah. First off, that wasn't like Mateo told me you're going to work. That wasn't the conversation. The conversation was actually, you feel like you weren't getting enough time with Evie. You want to be a mom. Let me take on responsibility to make sure you get that.
Mm-hmm.
And that factor plays into the side of men that not a lot of people respect or see, in the sense of like, there's a lot of sacrifice that comes with being a man that's not talked about. And usually when it is, it's the negative context. The same premise, like something somebody says about a lifestyle that works for them doesn't work for everybody.
Prime example, I know a very successful man that uses marijuana as like a relaxer because he pushes himself so far and he physically feels that he can't, and spiritually feels that he can't get to that relaxation point without it. But for me, I feel like it puts walls up in front of me that I cannot, like unnecessary walls that I normally would never even intervene myself in.
Right, and that's
like
but that's a sense of like
make me.
Yeah, but that's a sense of understanding you have though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like one thing that I have pet peeves about like big celebrities that are like super rich that don't understand the 9 to 5 life, that go out and say, talk about politics, wherever it may be. Like not necessarily something we get into, but that concept of like, this is what works for me, so y'all should vote the same way. That doesn't work for everybody else, bro. You don't have to worry about eggs costing $8. I do.
at all.
Right. So like for example, I really like this. DC Young Fly was on a podcast, and I think he was talking to Cam Newton, and he's like, "You probably seen it. It get hot in that kitchen, boy.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to cook, because they be coming with plates." Now, for a single man, you don't have any responsibilities but to take care of those around you. You don't have anybody directly dependent on you in the sense of somebody you made a vow to, right? Because you know just as well as I know that as soon as you get married, what was your family your entire life is now your extended family. So
Yep.
like, as much as I love my sisters and I love my brother, they're not my number one priority. And they understand that that's the case. Like, it doesn't mean I love you any less. I got priorities of my own, and it's the same sense for them. They have significant others, and that's their number one priority, as it should be. I'm an adult. I can handle myself. Doesn't mean that I won't help you out, but at the same time, I'm not going to help you out if it's going to hurt my family. But that context of, like, people just take stuff and run with it. Like, a man who is, granted, like, I was stewing in this of, like, I feel like I'm failing people. I can't do what they need me to. And then I'm like, the only person I'm failing right now is Matea, because I'm not giving her everything I got because I'm focused on trying to take care of other people, bro. And
I think we came to that.
Yeah.
I think same conclusion, just in different ways, and this feeds into the whole entire. We all go about things a different way. Is that where I was at? I'm like, dang, failing everybody. I'm like, all right, let me start where it most counts. I'm like, let me start with Savannah, because I used to go out and just do whatever, 24/7, just trying to get everything done for everybody that I could. But I realized that it was just eating me away. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go back home and fix this first. And then once I got to the point to where I'm like, okay, we good. Then I realized like me and Sav is really what I like. That's what I should be helping, because everything's at peace. Like, this is my piece. And if I ain't got my piece, how can I help anybody else? Take the log out your eye before you take the splinter out your brother's.
I mean, come on now. And a lot of time, like, I feel like for me, like, I know the answer. And then, so like for me, like, I'm going through this, I pray on it. Bro, weighing on me heavy, bro. And then I just get like, but call John. So I text John like, yo, I know you're busy. Hit me whenever you get a chance. I'm going through some stuff. And everything he told me, I had already said to myself. I just needed to hear somebody that I respected say it to me. Because I know, you know, like I know, once you get in a position, not even like, I don't think I'm successful. Like, I think I'm blessed, and like I'm definitely rich in the sense of like what I have, not in the sense of money, but like wife, daughter, healthy, like that's as rich as it gets, brother. But when you get to a certain, like, when people depict you a certain way, like they put you at a different level than they are, then you start to get the people that's in your corner just to tell you, yeah, for sure, bro, do that. And going to somebody that is going to tell you, like, look, this ain't easy, you know what I mean? And to that, like, from that sense of, like, going to somebody I respect and hearing not only what I already had told myself, but hearing, like, qualities about myself that I don't see, it means a lot, too. Like, getting told that, like, I'm a nice person, dude, it hit, bro. I was like, what?
Bro, and just it's only funny because casually I'll be like, bro, you're a dickhead. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever gone, you're such a nice person. Like, you see, it don't feel right when I say it. I know I truly believe it's just something that I don't normally think to say to you. But it's really that's really crazy to hear, because it's like, some dang, no one's ever told you that. Like, that's something that I always knew.
And like, when I think in that sense of kind of going off the initial question, like, biggest struggle, dude, like with my dad, just watching him, I can't recall. Not saying it never happened, but I ain't never seen like anybody saying like, hey, like I appreciate you. And my dad broke his back for us. You know what I mean? And like looking back, like that's one thing I wish I could tell him. Like I appreciate you, like wholeheartedly. Like I thank you for what you're doing. Like I said, I could have been too young. I may not have seen it. There's a lot of stuff that you don't really understand when you're a kid or you're younger, and then you grow up and you start connecting pieces. But that's one thing I never expected to hear that. So like when Matea tells me like I appreciate you or like you're doing good, that it kills me, bro. Cause like ultimately, like if you talk about like like the way a male brain works, it doesn't matter what it is, like what career path it is or whatever. All men need is to be needed, and it doesn't matter in what facet of life. So like if you look at war times, I want to say, I don't know, somebody in chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think it's World War II. When everybody's out at war, women's working factories. We ain't got no bus drivers. So they take these men that are like in mental health institutions and give them like bus drivers, construction workers, like jobs that we needed people to work, but we didn't have anybody because everybody was fighting a war. And then it was like they was cured because they had a purpose. So in that sense, like it doesn't matter what it is, but we just need to be needed. And that's how you see, like, I feel like, I mean, maybe it's like a deeper way of thinking, but I feel like if you really look at like failed marriage or like failed relationships, it's a lot of the times because a guy's in a situation and he's like, well, you don't need me. Because how many of those relationships, but there's one guy I seen on social media. His girl go to work, he stay at home, and it was like life of the stay-at-home husband. And he literally laid in bed all day and played the game, and he like got up and swept off the patio. And she came home and was like, "Oh, like you want me to order pizza?" Like that drove me crazy, bro. Cause it wasn't even like it's not the concept, right? Like if that is what works best for you and your family is for you to stay home, by all means, right? And Matea found a job where she making crazy money, making more than me. I'll go home. I don't care to watch TV.
But it's just the way you go about it, though, bro. Like,
right.
I'm chefing it up. If I'm at home, you come home to the craziest meal.
And the house is gonna be clean.
The bed's gonna be pressed.
Right.
Like,
and at the same time, I'm gonna find time to do things I want to do that I can't do if I'm working some 9 to 5. You feel me? If you're bringing home the cheese and the bills is taken care of, then let me find time to stream more. I'm gonna wake up earlier. You feel me? I'm gonna stream at different times.
Hey, let Savannah bring in some cheese. I'm opening up a business. Like
that's what I'm saying. But like,
the time into that.
Like you laying on the game all day. Like you didn't even try to get into streaming. Like
I see if you did it like once or twice a week because I'm realistic. Like I probably would, but there's no way I could every single day. Ain't none of your boys hitting you up like, yo, bro, like what are you doing? I couldn't imagine me doing that and not hearing at least you or Joe being like, bro, like what are you doing? You've been home like go do something. Go get a job. Like that makes enough for me. I don't have to do nothing. You're like, I understand that, but like, bro, you're doing nothing.
Right.
Like you ever seen the videos where they be like my unemployed friend at 4:00 in the morning at Taco Bell? Like, what are you doing, bro?
And then there's other people that do content creation as stay-at-home dads, and they do crazy stuff, bro. Be like tearing the garage apart and cleaning it. Like, bro, if I'm a stay-at-home dad, bro, and we got cheese, do you know how much home improvement stuff? I'm gonna take her come home to a different living room, bro.
Man. But so they're like, what happened to the trailer? It got another flow. That's what happened. Put another flow on it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know, but I guess it's just like kind of like you said, like people work different.
But that's probably what she wants, though, because I realize there's a lot of women out there that like broken men. They like a man that just stays home, plays the game, and does nothing that they could just take care of. It's like a pet, essentially.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's a piece to that though that I had to learn.
Something's broken.
Well, I had to learn this too, like right after, I'd say probably I'd say getting married and like growing. There is a certain aspect that you look for in a wife. Like, so you're looking for a wife, you're not looking for somebody to date, put meat on. You're looking for a wife, right? You're looking at characteristics that would make a good mother.
Yup.
But with that, it's not just to be a mother to your kids, but to be a mother to you. Don't make it weird, but hear me out. How many times you been doing something stupid and Sav was like, Q?
Sav ain't never said that to me, bro.
Why are you lying? Look at her in the background.
Off the top.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Funny story. I just told Savannah the other day, and I tell her often, she's just like my mom, verbatim. They could be twins. They act exactly alike. Both soft-hearted, both cry over stuff, both just super emotionally in touch with what's going on and what's going on around them. Only difference is Savannah's about as dumb as a box of rocks. My mom was a single mother that turned her into that dog, and basically Savannah's like my mom. She never was a single mother.
Well, let me ask you this. Out of you and Sav, who is going to be the overprotective parent?
Probably me. I mean, the way we going right now, probably going.
Yeah, especially you got a girl on the way, brother.
Most definitely. You girl, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. But look, it's only because I haven't lived this life out here, bro. I haven't lived this life out here.
What do you mean?
Like, as a country dude,
Oh.
kids playing in the creek, my mom would die. My mom would die see me playing in the creek or over by the edge of a hill. So what are you doing? Get back here before you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But that's a cat Tuesday for them. Like, let them play in the creek. Let them go over there and play by that farm equipment. They're fine. They won't die. What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I was just we had a cookout and B came over and he got a daughter and he's like super like so like I'm over here, Evie's running and falling over, but she was being so crazy that Brennan's daughter was like she was scared for her. And I'm like, bro, it is what it is. You feel me? Like she ain't gonna die running and tripping. You feel me? Like it's just grass. She's straight.
Running
But
some rocks.
I had her. I lit a sparkler, bro, and had her hold it. She was holding a sparkler. I made sure she wasn't gonna grab it or like touch her with her face with it. Like I had it, but she was holding it. And Brendan said, "Bro, I don't think I breathed that whole time." But no, yeah, it's interesting to see. So like, what's your thought process like, looking at having a girl or having a boy? Like, has it? Let me ask you this. Let me ask if it has clicked yet.
It won't click until I actually know the gender. Because I already got in my head. If I'm having a little boy, I know that I have to let him get raised rough. My mom raised me soft.
Yeah.
She raised me soft and created a very fragile man that used women tactics to survive. I was manipulative and stuff like I try to use, instead of fighting situations straight on, I did everything to avoid them. Until I moved in with Jermaine and I learned that I just have to handle it. It's in front of me.
Right.
I gotta fix this situation. I gotta handle it. So if it's a boy, I'm gonna have to let him handle stuff as a kid from the jump. And any consequences that there ain't no whole entire how my mom did it was like I'm not gonna tell you again. No, there's consequences for your actions. Even though you didn't know the first time, but I'm not gonna tell you a second time. There's consequences. But with my daughter, I've raised my younger sisters and I've watched my younger sisters get raised. That requires structure and care and learning how a man can love. Like you show your daughter what love is from the jump, and that can either create a very toxic individual,
No, for sure,
or a woman who just won't accept anything because she's like, wrong, I'm not doing that.
It's all about
daughter right and treating her mom right, and then she's seeing that it won't be no rough parenting like,
right.
Man, go outside and play. She want to come in the house to bed. Come on, baby, come in the house.
Yeah. I think
she's gonna be spoiled. I'm trying not to.
It's gonna happen. You gotta instill qualities in your kids that they're gonna take into being an adult.
Yeah,
like, you have to instill qualities in your kids that when you're gone, they still know how to act.
Man.
So like
But it takes a village to do that, bro.
Yes, but at the same time, I mean, to me, bro, you can do it with one person. It just take the effort. It take the like he was going off of earlier, like the commitment. You have to be fully committed on doing that. So that come with a daughter. You're supposed to be the first love of her life. You're supposed to show her how she's supposed to be treated through her mom. So like Evie knows I come home from work, I might pick her up, but she don't get a kiss till after Matea get a kiss. That's the rules. Like, I love you, but I had your mom first. But from the father tip, it's like I'm instilling qualities that you need to have to be a man. Kind of like what you said. Like, you have to teach accountability, because that's how. What's the word? That's how weak men are raised. There's no accountability for a young man being raised.
And then and not even that, it's like if stuff don't go right, I used to just break down. I used to just avoid situations. Now it's to the point to where I don't avoid situations because I want the outcome.
Right.
There's not 100% chance on nothing. Even though it's 99.99 it won't happen, I'm going to be the 0.1 that it does.
No, for
and
sure.
I've watched every man I respect has done something that's impossible. That's not normal. It's outside the normal. Even you feel me? Even you don't get it, but you'll get it sooner or later. I'll tell you off stream. What time is it, by the way? I got work at 11.
It's 9:40.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off here at 10. I got to shower.
All right.
But even you, like you doing. Normally, people, that's where we're at, but they're not striving for that next level. They get to somewhere and get comfortable and complacent. But you always want to be better. Jermaine always wants to be better. So I'm like, man, bro, why do I have to be like, well, it didn't work, so I settle for the next best thing? No, forget that. I'll take the next best thing, but I'm still striving for the first thing I wanted. I'm not going to change what I want for anything. I know what I want, and I know it's going to take a lot of work to get there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bust my butt till I get there. And even when I have everyone around me saying, no, it's nearly impossible. It's not, though. It's nearly impossible. It's not impossible.
Right.
That don't mean that it won't happen. And I feel more comfortable dying knowing that I tried my best than being like, well, I did all I can do. No, bro, doing all you can do is when you're dead. I know what I want. I know what I want my family to have, and I know what it takes for my family to have that. So I'm going to have to get that part first and then get that second part. Because I'm not giving up on that.
Yeah. So I know you're getting off at 10, so I got a couple things. One, going off of what you said about it'll hit when you find out what the gender is, it won't. You'll have the mindset of like, I'm a dad, but it don't hit till that baby's here. I'm telling you from experience. You'll be like, I'm a dad, I need to start tightening up, I need to do this, and this. But when the baby comes, then you're like,
I'm tightened up.
I'm a dad.
Oh, God, I don't want to watch. Actually, I'm going to watch.
No, don't watch. You'll pass out. Nah, don't do it.
I got to.
Nah. They said, is Sav going to look?
Sav, you going to look? She sleep. Are you going to look? You having a baby? She said, probably. I'm going to watch.
Listen, they said, you want a mirror? Me and Matea said, nah, we already talked about it. We don't want to see. We right here. I'm with you. But she was a gangster. But no, yeah, don't hit until the baby's here. You can try to get it. It's kind of the.
I watched you try to mentally prepare for it, and then it just
because it's like I need to get this, and this in order, and then it don't work like that, and then the baby comes, and it's almost like it's God working, bro. It's like this is what you need. This is what you thought you needed to be ready for. This is what you need to be ready for. Like. Baby pooping on the table and your first instinct is let me scoop it up with my hands. Like, you're not there mentally yet, but as soon as the baby's there, you're ready.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine.
Oh, you're definitely. And I think, too, the biggest thing, biggest advice is as easy as it is for somebody to tell you this is what you need to do, X, Y, Z, figure it out.
me and Savannah, most people don't come to that conclusion. Me and Savannah both came to that conclusion. Although we'll listen to other people, we're not going to listen to other people. Although we not businessmen. We businessman. You feel me? Like, we're not going to listen to people, but we're gonna listen to people, but we're not going to listen to people.
We're going to hear them, we're not going to listen.
Appreciate
Yeah, no, for sure. That's the key. And granted, if they really care about you, they're not gonna be telling you, well, you're doing this wrong and this wrong and this wrong. Ultimately, bro. Granted, it's a big thing. Like, you have I don't want to say this, and it be like,
big.
so like, you have the potential to create somebody that affects the world, bro.
And you could create the sweetest person ever. But one thing I realized that I really wish my parents did for me, because I was watching Aaron Rodgers, Steve Rogers, Mr. Rogers. I don't know why I just did that. He's talking about, like, think about when you was a kid, when you're raising your kids is the best advice you could give. One thing I really wish my parents did with me was keep me in church. You know how easy it would be if I didn't know the sin that was in this world?
Yeah, but
If
also,
I was
at the same time, though, I think it speaks volumes, especially from my, like, way back to Christ. It says a lot on where you was at and where you're at now.
Yeah,
To walk through that sin. Granted, listen, bro, I heard this quote. I forgot about it, but I had to tell you it. I heard a quote talking about Satan. Now, how Lucifer was created to be the instrument for praise for God, right? That was his purpose. But immediately, Lucifer wanted the praise. He didn't want to be the instrument that praised God. So when God said Lucifer fell from heaven by lightning, and he only messed up one time, but we mess up time and time and time and time again, and Jesus still wants to hear from us. That hit, bro. I just got cold chills saying it, bro.
Yeah, I did too, bro. A lot of I didn't feel like it.
So, like, that, but I think that adds to the faith aspect of, like, I'm not perfect. I've done what I've done, but at the same time, you got to think Jesus already knew what you was gonna do. He's seen it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like I want them to have a perfect life. But what I mean is, like, if I can make this journey easier, because for them it's still going to feel that big. Even if they'll make the same mistakes I do, they're going to make mistakes. It's going to still feel as big as mine. Right. If I can minimize those mistakes for them, then they make that road a little bit easier and keep them a little bit closer, and then just keep trickling down if possible.
But ultimately, bro, that comes down to the same concept that me and Mattea have. The seed that I could give you as a gift is you can't avoid all traumas that somebody's going to go through in life. I mean, you talk about, like, individual people as earthly beings. You could be raised, so like me, Kirsten, Alyssa, Ty, right? All raised the same way. All have different traumas. All go about it different. So there's certain traumas in life you're not going to be able to prevent. Death, outside, whatever. But there's a lot of traumas that you can prevent in being a parent. Like, Evie won't be at anybody's house until she knows what right from wrong and what people can do to her. So, like, knowing that you're not going to be able to limit all traumas, but minimize them. What was done when I was a kid that I didn't like, that still messed with me a little bit, and then let me fix those.
One big thing that I can honestly say, because my little sister, Ivy, she won't lie. She'll tell you the truth always, even if it hurts your feelings. Because they got her to the point to where, like, she understands that there's consequences. Where she, even since like, I think Evie's 2. Evie, Ivy's how old are you? Ivy's 5. So she knows right from wrong. So if, like, you say something to her like that's wrong, like, prime example, they told her not to eat chicken, whole entire fiasco on it. I offer this little lady a piece of chicken, fried chicken. She tells me, no, that's bad for you. In fact, you shouldn't eat that, brother. Whoa, didn't even say I'm gonna tell my mom or dad, just immediately, because that's just what she knows is no, not gonna do that. That's disgusting. Like that's her, like their reality will be different. Mine was I'm buck wild because I didn't know no better. Theirs will be I know better, so I'll try to be better. And then there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. So, but it'll help structure them a lot.
Commitment. You already talked on it, bro. And it's the fact that you said that you know that that's your biggest struggle, and you're working to improve it says enough about you gonna be a father. Like it's crazy to think that you're gonna be a dad, because it was crazy to think that I was gonna be a dad. But it come with there's gonna be a point in time when people's looking at you like, bro, he's really a dad. And I was watching him do X, Y, Z. Like I was watching this man funnel beers out of a traffic cone in Page Hall.
Oh God.
And now he's a dad.
That wasn't the craziest thing that happened that night.
Oh no. But you get the premise.
Yeah.
Ultimately though, I want to apologize, bro. I feel like I try to put you into a category that didn't really suit you, in the sense of like I tried to force you to live life a certain way and go about things a certain way. And I think we talked about it, and it really hit in the sense of like not everybody's the same. And just because I would do it a certain way doesn't mean you do it a certain way. And I think that's where a lot of my frustration came from. And then sharing my frustrations with people that was close to me, and they saying, you know, they're putting their own input, and then it's more cloud in my mind. Not saying I've been talking bad about you, but it's like Q's making these decisions. You know what I mean?
For the longest, because I know what you're talking about. For the longest, it's always been small, but the closer that you got to where you're at now, that was much needed. Like, because I wasn't helping any situation. The fact that you got to where you got was solely off of a relationship that you have built yourself, especially with God. So they can always try to push me away or anything, but I know what I was there cool with you for. I was not going to budge on my faith whatsoever. You're very convincing. There's a lot of people who we've had conversations around, and you made them shut up. And I would argue with you just based off what I believe, not even facts that I pulled from the Bible, but off of stuff from my life. I'm like, nah, it ain't a fact. It ain't a fact, because this is a fact. And I'm glad that, because the severity that you was at, it would need you to see something that was that blind. You feel me? So whatever I think about our friendship, our relationship as men, I always think like, yo, we are way two different people who see stuff way too differently, but God brought us together at a very good time because we both needed each other very badly. Because I would have kept walking blindly thinking I knew, but you showed me that I didn't know. And maybe I dropped a little few dimes in there. I'm like, dang, it's crazy. This man believes like that. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think God puts people in your life for a reason. And I think at the time, it's hard to know at the time, you know what I mean? But like, not seeing you every day or kicking it with you every day, it's like, okay, I see God working.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. Whenever I talk to you, I realize like, you know, God really does. for me not to be, because seeing you, like, bro, you're very active in the Bible. You're doing a lot more than what I am. And I can admit that. And I'm like, dang, bro, like, why ain't I doing this? And I was like, you remember that guy that you was like, man, he just don't believe he need to get his life right. He got his life right. Doing now. He's like, man, you've been saying you'll get your life right for how long now, Q? And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, now I'm starting to understand it now. You feel me?
Yeah. But no, I think the biggest thing is like, I don't think it's competition, but just like that, like the way I always describe it is like me and you came from like similar circumstances, had the same kind of mindset, like alpha, whatever, like manly man, right? Then
Manly man.
you put us in a group, and then everybody fighting to be the top dog. It just, like, at times, of course, we're gonna argue. I mean, we fist fought before and then played a game for 9 hours. It just comes with the background. But I honestly, going back, I wouldn't change it any other way. And I don't. I mean, of course, I don't have any animosity. You wouldn't be on my podcast if I did. I'd say the biggest thing is just frustration, because you're hard headed and you ask me. I take TJ. What would you do in this situation? As I'm gonna do the same thing, and I know that's not the case. Like now, I know that's the case. If Q's asking me, yo, T, I'm trying to figure this out. How would you do it? He's not asking me so he can get a blueprint. He's asking so he can figure out what the outcome is, good or bad. He's trying to see the pros and cons of if he does it the right way or the wrong way. So
Yes.
it's a lot of just growth and understanding in that sense. But no, I'm really proud of you, brother.
Not a lot of people do. Like, I'll call them and tell them like what's going on there. Like, I thought you would ask me that, and I'm like, I did. Your point is, like, I just needed some advice. That's all it is.
Right.
Because if you told me like, yeah, bro, if you do this, you're gonna cut your leg off, then it's absolute no. I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. But if you're like, well, I mean, if you do it, I'm like, oh.
So if you had called and been like, hey, should I push this lawnmower down the hill? And I said, no, you wouldn't have.
I probably would have still done it. I'm like, what's the chances on it? You know, the chances are pretty high for that situation. Right?
Oh, man. But
It
no,
happens more.
I'm sure. It's
There's
definitely.
like at jail right now that's done it.
That's insane. But ultimately, the point of me making that statement is I just want to say that I'm proud of you. And although the advice you were asking for that I thought was meant to be a guideline for you was not a guideline for you, I understand that now, and that comes with time. But at the same time, I can say that you're not somebody that's constantly asking for things from me, so I appreciate that. And I feel like you're more focused on my success opposed to what can I get out of TJ.
God, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really don't want anything from you. I take over your balls. So
okay, all right. I think the kind of the statement you made at the time, it was a funny ha, but now it's like, okay, like this Q's bought in for the right reasons, but you know the statement. If you ask for money, I ain't got none, but I got a lot of spirit.
I really genuinely meant that, bro.
I know. And at the time it was funny, but I get it now.
Listen, I'm so serious. Anytime. Hey, yo, what's happening?
Yeah.
I can count it out. What's happening? It just comes with it.
For sure.
It's one thing that I know that I'm blessed with and that I got and that I can't share with myself. I can't eat that apple.
Right.
But I can give it to whoever needs it, and I tend to always want to give it to somebody that needs it.
I almost put that in your bio. Somebody who doesn't have a lot of money, but he's got a lot of spirit.
Man, I live by that. Even if I get a million, it does not equate to it don't equate to the spirit I got, man.
Absolutely not. But no, I appreciate you for sure. I see you working, brother. I'm proud of you.
All right, I see you, man. Peek the
But hold on.
guns.
Okay, this guy. You want to pray?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
You want me to pray? Or you want me to pray?
Let's see your prayer, man.
Okay, I've been working on it. I'm getting there. All right. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for this opportunity, this time that we got to spend having conversations that mean a lot to us. I want to thank you for you placing Q in my life. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak in front of people and give them a seed that may help them in their life at some point in time. Lord, I pray that you bless Q and Sav, keep their child safe, and I pray that you open doors for them that they don't even know exist. I pray that your love and your grace washes over them every day, Lord. And I pray that anything that we spoke about today that resonates with somebody in chat carries them to their passion and carries them closer to you, Lord. Thank you for today. Thank you for the breath we breathe. We love you, and in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. I'll hit you later, bro. Have a good day at work.
All right, same to you. Love you, bro.
All right, brother. All right, chat. That was a banger. Some good conversations. We chopped it up. It was a little funny ha-has. I want to apologize for the nonsense going on in chat. We're not standing for that. It's not okay under any circumstance. Joking's one thing. Didn't seem like a joke. Got him out of there. So, Appreciate Q for coming on. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Make sure you say a prayer tonight because Jesus loves you. Be better, be easy. I'll see you tomorrow, baby.